Hey guys, what's going on? It's Link here. Welcome back to another Things I Wish I Knew Earlier for Rune Factory 5. This is part 2. Now, here's the thing. I didn't want to make a part 2, but enough of you guys told me if I could make another video with more tips on Rune Factory 5, and I figured, you know what? I'll get another maybe like 5 or 6 tips here. Good ones, of course, or at least I'm going to try to get good ones. And then we'll make a part 2 for this. And I don't know, maybe if it gets popular enough, I'll make a part 3, part 4, and so on and so forth. Now, I also need to say, I've already made a couple of other tutorials, about 14 of them. One of them, by the way, is how to get, check this out, how to get 1 million gold in only about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you haven't seen that, go to my channel, go to my playlist section. It's actually one of my latest videos, but go to my playlist section and I have all my Rune Factory 5 videos into one single playlist, in case you just want to like binge all of them and whatnot. But anywho, let's start off with the very first one. This one was asked, I think in like my latest video, and that was, Link, how do you get all your punching bags or your furniture in like a specific area and it looking nice pretty much? Because this is like very straight, right? Like it looks very, very, very straight. The way that you do this is the following. When you come up to whatever it is that you want to interact with, you're going to pick it up, obviously. But there's a catch to this. See, if you try to like place it properly on the wall, it's a little bit awkward to do this, right? Now, this might be obvious to some of you guys, but clearly not to everybody. The way that you do this is you hold the R button, and by holding the R button, your character starts strafing left. It's almost like he gets locked in that position, and he only walks left and right in this particular position. And you can move his position by moving the right stick, and the right stick moves the camera, but it also moves your body instead of just the camera when you let it go, right? So, not only can you do this, you can also move up and down at the same time, and then you can slowly tap the stick. When it becomes red, obviously you can't go any further, push it back a little bit, and then that right there would allow you to like line it up and then move your left stick a little bit, and that's it. There's another thing that you can do while you're doing this, by the way. Also, you need to be holding the R button. The other thing that you can do is press the ZL, the trigger, and you will rotate the furniture in different directions. This goes for the kitchen stuff, for absolutely everything in general. So if you're ever wondering how can you rotate it without moving your character in case you're like in the perfect position, that is how you do that. Anywho, that is tip number 1. Now, tip number 2. In this game, there's things called a Crest. You guys already know what those are more than likely, but they're called Crest. They're over on this particular page, the Ranger Notes, and they're down here. Now, the crest that you're going to have for the very beginning is called the Beginner's Crest. This is cool and all. However, there is one crest specifically that you get that you can get very early on, which will allow you to continue to play the game in the adventure side of things and not worry too much in the social side of things, if that's your cup of tea. Now, this crest is very important, and it's called the Companion's Crest. In order to get this, you need to get everybody's friendship level to level 1, which is really easy. It's like talking to them about 3 or 4 times. That's about like 4 days. In a week, in game, you should have everybody to level 1 pretty much. Now, what this does is it gives you a crest that allows you to bring absolutely anybody into your party, even if they're not necessarily your actual friends. If they're only level 1, it doesn't matter. It will allow you to bring them there. The reason why this is important is because there's certain characters like LJ, who, by the way, I use to make the 1 million gold in 10 minutes. Again, watch that video if you'd like, of course. But that's a perfect example. My friendship level with her isn't that high, and when I asked her normally to come join me, she didn't want to. But by using this crest, she did. And if you end up doing that, if you end up doing that thing that I showed you in that video, you should be able to use the crest, and that way you can actually get that done. And again, the crest only requires you to go to level 1 on every single one of their social levels or whatever, which is extremely easy. Like I said, you don't even need to give them a gift. Nothing like that. Just talk to them for 5 days and you should be fine. Use this for a party of, I believe, total of 3, and you can use them for all of them, not just one person, by the way. So keep that in mind. Make sure you get it if you haven't already. Talk to everybody, please. Trust me when I say it's really damn good, especially if you want to skip the social part of the game, which is fair enough, by the way. Now, tip number 3. In this game, you can save as long as you see a book, and we already know this. However, you can have 2 save files. Now, this is important because of the following. If you can tell here, I am a day ahead in this save file, but on this save file, I am not. The reason why is because in this current save file, there is a holiday. In this save file, there isn't. This is the day after. Now, this is important because I suggest you save every single time there is a holiday on a different save file. The reason why is because every holiday, more often than not, comes with the mini game. If you win first place in the mini game, you tend to get a nice item. However, you can only try the minigame one time more often than not. And if you get second or third place, sure, you get a cool item, but you don't get the first place item, which is what you want. And you would have to wait a whole entire year in game, of course, in order to be able to get that stuff. But if you make another save file and you fail to get first place, just come back to your house and load up that save file and just do it again. Plain and simple. I get it. Some of you guys probably already know this, but not everybody does. So please do this. Every single time there's a holiday, save on another save file for that holiday. Try and try and try again. Get first place. Once you get first place, you're chilling. If you didn't, come back, reload this save file, and you're good. It's not going to mess with anything. It's not going to mess with interactions or any of that nature. It's just going to reload that day from the beginning pretty much, which is really, really, really nice. Now, next tip. When you're leveling up your weapons, let's say if you're just like hardcore only dual blades kind of guy or hardcore only staff kind of person, fair enough, that's fine. However, keep something in mind. Let's say, like I said, let's say you want to go nothing but dual blades because they're super fast and you hate how slow great swords are or lances or hammers or whatever. There is a method that will allow you to continue to level up that longsword or that axe without having to use that weapon if you just hate slow weapons. The way to do this is go over to your rune abilities, and in your rune abilities, equip any ability over here on this side that is corresponding to that particular weapon. In this case, we're using dual blades, but we want to level up longswords without using longswords. In order to do this, you would equip a longsword ability, which is this one right here. This is a longsword ability. And by doing this, when you have your dual blades and you use the longsword ability, you're actually leveling up the longsword ability, sorry, the longsword level and not the dual blade level, even though you're using the dual blades, which is very interesting. Another way that I can show you guys this, give me one second. Let's use spear, right? So I'll pick up spear and I'll put it right here. So that's spear. And if we go over here and we check out the spear level, it's level 30 at 5%. But check this out. If I use that, I continue to use this over and over again. Remember, it was only at 5%, but these are dual blades, okay? I just leveled up spear on the left side, you can see that. If we do it again one more time, and then we check one more time in here, look at that. Spear level 31, 86%. Do it one more time. There we go. Spear leveled up again. Spear level 32, 17%. So again, if you're a die-hard only dual blades guy, or sorry, Link, I only do range mage stuff, that's fine. Just equip, and let me show you too, by the way. You can use your staff with this, in case you're wondering. I did put my, there it is. Look, check this out. Here's my staff, right? But you can still use it, look. So it doesn't matter if you're a range kind of guy, that's fine. You can still use your staff and level up the other stuff. Remember, you want to level up all this other stuff because they offer perks like more RP, more strength, more health, etc., more magic attack, more magic defense, intelligence, reduce RP consumption for magic abilities, so on and so forth. So please, don't ignore this stuff. Don't ignore those magic abilities just because you don't use those weapons. Level them all up if you can, when you can. All right, next tip. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. When you are cooking, the fastest way to level up your cooking is the following. If you notice in here, I don't have my kitchen. The reason why is because of this. In case you didn't know, in this game, you can put your furniture anywhere in town. Yes, I mean, even on the beach. You can put it anywhere. So what you should do is get all your ingredients, your fridge, whatever, and put it over here. This is my cooking table. And what you do is you come over here and you cook God knows how many things. You use up all your RP, but then when you need more RP, you just go inside the freaking the blue moon and regain your RP real fast and come back out here and rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And by the end of the day, you're going to have like God knows how many dishes and your cooking ability way, way, way higher. And you can do this over and over and over again. And by the way, this just doesn't have to be with only cooking. You can do this with foraging. You can do this with crafting. You can do this with literally your punching bags. Just set it up all over here. Use your magic abilities. Level up, level up, level up. Rinse, repeat, come back over here. They close really late in this place, so you can just go at it and have fun pretty much. But anywho, that is it for all these tips. Hopefully this helped you out. Remember, I do have a part 1 with more tips on there. Please go watch that video. Go watch the video on how to make 1 million gold in 10 minutes. I promise you, it is extremely easy. Guys, it's so easy. You don't have to fight anything besides like level 2, level 3 monsters that do 0 damage to you pretty much. Trust me when I say you're going to want to do it. It's very fun, very easy, very straightforward. But anywho, hopefully this helped you out. Please like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.